Hello and welcome back to another video over here on this channel. So welcome back, it's Monday again. Who'd have thought it? These weeks are going very fast, aren't they? Going much quicker than when it's the 6 weeks holidays in August for the kids. I think so anyway. Let's get on with the video. So we're back with another Disney Walt Disney World tips video, and today I am going to be doing what's in our park bag. So I'd just like to say that I usually visit Walt Disney World with just Becky, so there's just the two of us, and we do just have one park bag usually between the two of us. We don't have separate bags, just in case you were wondering. But yeah, so we just have the one bag to share. Okay, so first of all, what you need for a what's in my park bag video is a bag. So let me just show you our bag. So, oh, it's very heavy. This is our park bag. So we got this from TK Maxx, which was last year. It was probably around this time last year actually. I think we got it like Easter, like April, May last year. So this is the bag that we had for Walt Disney World. The reasoning that we use this bag and not one of our Disney backpacks is because I'll insert some footage now. So this backpack is an insulated backpack, which we didn't originally set out to get an insulated backpack. However, we saw this in TK Maxx one day in the reduced section and we thought, do you know what, let's get that, because that could become in handy, and it turned out to be very handy because we had a very cold mini fridge in our hotel room and our drinks were going very, very cold from the fridge in our hotel room. When we put the drinks in this bag and put them at the bottom, they literally did stay ice cold pretty much majority of the day. You could get a drink out that you'd put in at 9 o'clock in the morning at like 3:30 in the afternoon, and I can guarantee you it was still cold. So tip number one is, when you're actually buying a backpack for your park bag, consider buying one that is insulated, because it will save your life. Well, you know, when you get to the afternoon and the drinks that you've brought out of here have gone really warm and you're just dying for an ice cold drink because you are so hot and you don't want to spend, is it $3.50 I think? Yeah, $3.50 for like a Diet Coke or even just a bottle of water in a Disney park. That's how expensive it is. You can whip out your ice cold Diet Coke that you got for $1 from Walmart instead, because it's still cold in your insulated bag. That's your first tip for you. Let's move on to what we actually pack in this bag. Let me just unzip it. Right. Okay, so first thing that I should hope you're all packing in your park bag is your mini ears. So these are a Disney park essential for me and Becky. Every Disney park, I think we had these on, definitely in Magic Kingdom anyway. So yes, these are an essential, so let me put these on now. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so I know some people don't like wearing them all day because some people find that they hurt their head and give them a headache, but personally that doesn't actually affect me. I think it does Becky a little bit, but I feel like I can manage to go pretty much all day wearing them. So yes. Okay, so next thing that is an essential is your actual tickets and your magic band. So obviously if you're staying on site on a Disney hotel, you know, you're probably going to be wearing this pretty much 24/7, because you know it's your hotel room key. It's, you know, in some cases if you're on the dining plan, it's your money to buy your food and your drinks. But obviously if you're staying off site, which we was, you will take it off when you go back to your hotel in the evening and stuff. So in the mornings, don't forget to either put it on, and if you don't want to put it on when you leave, make sure you put it in your bag. And again, if you aren't going to have a magic band, don't forget your tickets, because you ain't going to get in without your tickets. I think we actually took our tickets out with us, just had them in our purses every day, just in case, you know, technology failed and you know, the magic bands weren't working, just in case. That was just me, like, to be precautious. I was going to get them out, however I can't find them. I don't have a clue where I put them. One of those situations where you put them in a safe place and then you forget where the safe place is, but never mind. But yeah, don't forget your tickets or your magic band. So the next one is drinks. So I've just randomly put a bottle of Oasis in this bag because we actually had it in the room at the minute. But yeah, every morning, because like I was saying, we weren't on a dining plan and we were paying for all food and drink ourselves, drinks especially in Disney are very expensive. Yeah, it's $3.50 for things like Sprite, Diet Coke, Fanta. I'm pretty sure the bottles of water were the same. They might be slightly cheaper, but if they are, they're not cheaper by much. Like, they might be like $3 instead of $3.50, but I'm pretty sure they're the same. But yeah, so you know, you're there on holiday for 2 weeks, drinks on its own is going to mount up, whereas you can pay, you know, like around $1 per bottle going to the supermarket and buying them, you know, on your first day that you're there or first evening that you're there. So every morning we packed at least 2 drinks each in the bottom of our backpack, so then that reduced the amount of drinks we were actually buying whilst we were out, whilst we were there. And like I said, if you've got an insulated bag, it keeps them cold. So don't forget to pack your drinks. Also, just pop there, if you're not going to a Disney park, you've already been to a Universal Park and you're going back to a Universal Park and you have purchased one of these Coca-Cola Freestyle Unlimited drinks cups, don't forget to take this back with you and make it worth your money. You will have, if you have already purchased one when you've previously been in a Universal Park. Also, let me add that if you've been on a previous holiday and been to Universal Studios and you still have the cup, take it with you because you can reactivate it whilst you're there. So then all you have to pay is the reactivation fee, and then obviously you've got your unlimited drinks all day. So pack that in your bag if you're going to Universal Studios and you already have one. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how much they are, but I will put a price on screen now. I'll double check for you. Like I say, you pay like a one-off fee for them, and then for that day that you bought it, you can just go, there's loads of Coca-Cola Freestyle machines all around the 2 Universal parks and at Volcano Bay. Has things, you know, like all the Coca-Cola products, Fanta, Sprite, cordial, loads of, literally loads of drinks. And then when you go back the second time you bring it back to reactivate it, it's like half the price to reactivate it. It's something, I think it's like $8 to reactivate it, I'm pretty sure it is, which, you know, $8 to have unlimited drinks all day long is pretty worth the while. And if you're like us, we just bought one to share because after every 10 minutes you can do another refill, so there was no point in buying 2. But yeah, don't forget these. Okay, so moving on to other items. Something else that we always pack is a hairbrush and bubbles, which I actually haven't put any bubbles on it, but a hairbrush and bubbles, especially if you're going to go out in the morning with your hair down. You know, unless you're going in a cold month, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to get annoyed having your hair down at some point in the day. Most days I did actually go out, both of us actually, most days went out with it already tied up, but there was a few days where I knew I wanted my hair down for pictures. So, you know, if it's going to be a day where you're going out with your hair down, I would suggest taking a hairbrush with you. We didn't actually take this one with us, we took a much smaller one. We took, you know, one of those wet brushes that's really quite compact. We don't actually have it anymore, so I couldn't put it in the bag to show you, but yeah, take a hairbrush. I would recommend obviously a more compact size one, but just to show you, hairbrush. It does honestly come in handy. You'll get really annoyed with yourself if it gets to like 3 o'clock, you're so hot and sticky, your hair's down and you haven't got anything to tie your hair up with. Snacks. So another thing that we did to save money and also just to keep you going when, you know, when you're in a really big queue for a ride, is snack bars. When we went to the supermarket on the first day, or the first morning, we obviously bought lots of drinks, taking the parts, but we also bought snack bars. So this is just an Alpen Summer Fruits cereal bar. We bought loads of the Nature Valley like granola bars. Yeah, they're really useful for when you're in a queue, you've been in it for like an hour already, you've still got an hour to go, you obviously can't go and buy any snacks anywhere, and you're just a bit thirsty and a bit hungry. You can get one of your drinks out that you've already got in your bag, and you can get one of these, and it is helpful because you experience random highs and lows when you're in the Orlando heat. One minute you're like, I can keep going for the next 4 hours, and the next minute you literally just crash and burn and you're like, I need to go, I can't do anymore, and something like this can really like boost you. So pack snack bars, cereal bars, whatever you fancy when you go to the supermarket on the first day. Might eat that in a minute. Feeling a bit peckish. Here it is. So, dun, 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 dun. Another thing now, you're going to look at this and think, that is such an unnecessary item. Why the hell do I need to pack this? But it isn't, trust me. Ziploc bags. So, either take some with you from the UK or whatever country you're coming from. Either take some with you, you know, before you go, or buy some. This is some that we actually bought from Walmart while we were there. Yeah, take 1 or 2 Ziploc bags out with you to the parks each day. That is because the snacks in Disney parks are so big. Plus, things like breakfast are absolutely massive. Like, for example, we went to Be Our Guest restaurant for breakfast one day, and complimentary alongside whatever breakfast meal that you order, you get like this platter of like French pastries, like breakfast pastries, and you know, you've already ordered this massive breakfast meal anyway. Guarantee you're not going to eat all those pastries. So helpful to have a Ziploc bag to put them in, and then you can eat them as snacks later on in the day when you're feeling a bit peckish. Also, you know, most of the snacks in Walt Disney World are massive. They say they're for one person, they're more like for a family of 4. They are huge. However, you don't want to waste your money because you're probably spending like $15 on just a cake. So, you know, if you don't finish it, don't throw it in the bin. Put it in a Ziploc bag and save it for later. Handy tip for you there. So if you are anything like me and you want to vlog your trip because, I don't know, you've either got a YouTube channel or you want to vlog it for your own personal memory or whatever, you need to pack your vlogging essentials. So I can't show you the camera that I currently use for vlogging because I'm currently using it to film this video rather than my massive DSLR because that's just too much effort. However, yes, so I do have my old vlogging camera, so I would recommend this. They do still sell it and it is cheaper than, so we currently film, should I say, on the Canon G7X Mark II, I think it's Mark II. And it is a brilliant camera for vlogging. It is probably the best camera out on the market at the moment. Let me just add, this is not sponsored at all. I wish it was sponsored, believe me, but it's not sponsored. I just genuinely love the camera. Yeah, the Canon G7X Mark II, which is what we currently use, is probably the best vlogging camera out on the market at the moment. If you do want to buy the best one, I would recommend that. We also use the Manfrotto Pixie mini tripod to vlog on. I'll insert a picture of it now on screen for you to see it because again I'm using it right now to film this video, but that is really helpful for vlogging. So instead of you just holding the camera like this, you will hold the stick underneath, and it's really helpful for them when you're vlogging at a table. You can then just plonk it down. It can actually, you know, set it up on you and stuff. It makes it helpful if you are wanting to vlog. But I do recommend this camera as well. This is the Canon SX280HS. The only problem with this one is that the screen doesn't flip up like the G7X does. However, the quality is still very good. The audio quality is quite good, and it's good for, it's cheaper as well. So it's a good standard camera for your first vlogging camera if you can't quite afford the G7X. Okay. Also, I take a little pouch out with me, and in this pouch I will have a spare memory card. Now, more than likely won't use the spare memory card because if you are like me, you will get, let me just show you this. This memory card is it going to focus? You're not going to, are you? Anyway, if you're anything like me, you will have an SD card that is 256 gigabytes and it will probably last you a good few days worth of footage before it gets full. I mean, 256 gigabyte vlogging a Walt Disney World trip, even if you vlogged pretty much every second of the day, is going to last you a good 3 days, I would probably say. Oh my gosh, mid talking about SD cards going full and mine just went full. So yeah, I always take a pouch with me. Take a spare SD card just in case it runs out of memory, as has just literally happened to me. And I also take spare camera batteries, so you can see what they look like. These aren't the official Canon ones because the official Canon ones are quite expensive. These are called Power Extra These are the NB13L ones if you have got a G7X. I'll put a link down below. They're like half the price of the official Canon ones and they do the exact same job. So yeah, spare batteries. You won't last all day on one battery if you are new to vlogging, so keep that in mind. Right, I'm definitely opening this now after that stressful moment. Oh, now I've dropped it on the floor. The next item is a handheld fan. So this is a lifesaver in the Florida heat. It is very hot in Orlando pretty much every month of the year. I've heard that December and January can be quite cool, but apart from that, I've heard that it's pretty hot all the time, especially in the summer, you know, like May to September, probably including October, so that's most of the year, isn't it? This is the Easy Ak handheld fan. It has 3 settings. It has this one, which is nice and gentle breeze, steps it up a bit, and then this one's like proper like powerful and very helpful. So you just literally press the button 3 times for each one, press it again, turn it off. You can get it in lots of colours. This is Becky's in like a bluey greeny colour. I've got it in pink. I don't actually know where it is. I think it's in like my gym bag or something. Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon. It is about £12 or £13. The price changes depending on the colour. I think the cheapest one is the black one. I think that's like 11 quid. And most expensive is about 15. Literally varies between 11 and 15 depending on the colour. I think they do it in blue, pink, white, black. I'm sure there's another colour, but I can't remember what the other colour is. Possibly red, but I'm not sure on that one. But yes, this is very helpful. It gets very hot. It has this obvious little handle, but also you can fold it back like that, and you can basically say that's your table. Sit it on the table like that and have it like, you know, whilst you're eating at a quick service, you can have the fan going on you. It's really helpful, and it charges up by USB. I don't know if you can see on the side, there's a little USB bit. That's how it charges up, and it lasts quite a long time. The battery's here in the side. It's literally just a rechargeable battery. Yeah, I don't remember us charging it up that often. I think we managed to get like maybe 2 days out of it per charge. But we did tend to put most things on charge every night when we got in bed, though, to be fair, in the hotel room. But I think you could probably do 2 days before having to charge it up. So that is helpful. Next thing is, of course, don't forget to pack your sunglasses. I've just got some here that I got from the sunglasses shop. Really good deal, actually. They're kind of similar to like Ray-Ban aviator style ones. And they're actually a brand called Persol. They're actually supposed to be quite expensive, but they were reduced at the Cheshire Oaks outlet to 40 quid, and they are really good because they're polarised lenses. They actually work really well. But yeah, don't forget your sunglasses. Obviously it's sunny, it's bright. If you're anything like me, squinting constantly for hours gives you a headache, so don't forget your sunglasses. So this is the next item. This is if you don't know what it is, it's a cooling towel. So this is what it looks like. Me and Becky have one each. So you can get them from, I know you can get them from Decathlon if you have a Decathlon near you. If you don't have a Decathlon near you, I actually haven't seen them anywhere else. I think you actually can get them from Sports Direct. Becky's just told me you can get them from the range as well. Pardon? So that one's from. That's where this one's from. Apparently this one's from the range. I know we got one off Amazon, one of ours is off Amazon. Anyway, there's plenty of them on Amazon that range between like a £5 and a £10 depending on the brand. Yeah, you can definitely get them from Decathlon. Becky's confident this is from the range, and I'm almost sure I think I might have seen them in Sports Direct as well. But basically, if you don't know what it is, when you're out in the parks and you're really, really hot, you know, like dripping with sweat, go to the toilets and run this towel underneath the cold tap, and then you wring it out. Just give you a demonstration. Wring the cold water out, in the sink in the toilets, and what it basically does is it wrings the water out, but at the same time the cooling towel basically goes like ice cold, so you're not going to get yourself all wet. It just goes like cold, and you put it around your neck like this, and honestly it's a big help. It is a massive help. It just cools around your neck down, and it's another thing that can help you keep going if you're planning on doing quite a long day in the park. It's very helpful, and it's also helpful for, you know, wiping your face and stuff. This sounds really like cringe and stuff, but honestly I didn't know that my face could sweat as much as it actually did in Orlando. It was ridiculous, literally. It was just silly, so it was helpful just to have it on hand as well, just for that, for wiping sweat. Because oh, have you ever got sweat in your eye? Awful. Stings like a mother. You know what I was going to say. Yeah, so get one of these, take it to the toilet, run it under the cold tap, wring it out, wear it around your neck if you're really hot, or just, you know, use it as an actual towel as well.
A lot of people tie them around their hands.
Oh yes.
And wrists and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, like tie them around their wrists and stuff, keep them cool, because it's something to do with the like points, certain points in your body, isn't it? It will keep the rest of your body cool. I only did it around my neck. There was only really me that used it. Did you use yours, Becky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It imitated my eczema though.
Yeah.
So I didn't really use it.
I tell you what it was helpful for. If you're waiting in the afternoon for the parade and you've managed to bag yourself, you know, at the edge of Main Street, and you can sit on the curb a bit, say if you sat on that bit, it's kind of nice to just rest it on your legs if you've just wet it. It does stay cold as well for about an hour, I would say. Some say that they last longer, but I only found that this one lasted about an hour, and then you have to go back in the toilets and wet it again. It would then just be damp but not necessarily cold. But yes, anyway, cooling towel, must have, go and get one. I'll leave links below. The next one is something that at the moment in the UK is very hard to get your hands on, but when the shops go back to normal and the pandemic calms down and hopefully the coronavirus is gone, hand sanitizer. This is obviously going to be good for when the parks reopen, but it's good anyway to have. Yeah, hand sanitizer, so you know, any old hand sanitizer that's more of a pocket size one, but I've also thrown in the one that Becky got from Bath and Body Works. Basically, if it's got one of these ones with these handy hooks, then you can either hook it on the side of your backpack or on like your, you know, your shorts or something. I don't know, you probably won't put it on your shorts, but you know, you can put it in a handy place by using the little hook thing. Yeah, hand sanitizer is good to take you to the parks, regardless of whether there is a global pandemic going on or not. It's just handy to, you know, use when you've just been on a ride and you've been touching, you know, the handlebars or whatever. Handlebars? You're not getting on a bike. You know what I mean, the lap bars. Or, yeah, it's just handy, especially, or, you know, you're going to go and have something to eat. Before you start eating, use some of this. It just makes you feel a bit cleaner, because theme parks at the best of times can feel a bit dirty because there's so many people everywhere. Loads of people touching different things, just germs. So yeah, hand sanitizer, helpful. Another big major essential, so make sure you pack every single day in your park bag, whether you're going to Disney, going to Universal, even if you're not going to a park and you are going shopping at one of the outlets, don't forget to pack an emergency poncho. Now, this isn't the actual poncho that me and Becky used. This is one of the, literally, it says emergency poncho on the packet. We bought this from Walmart whilst we were there. So this particular one that I'm holding in my hand was 99 cents, so $1 from Walmart. They literally have them near the tills at nearly every Walmart in Orlando. So you can either pick some of these up, or I do know for a fact that these ones are particularly thin. We just picked some up whilst we were there in case anything happened to ours and we were just needed them in an emergency poncho. But yeah, we got 2 blue ones that we actually got here before we went. They were from Home Bargains or Quality Save, same shop. if you live near a Home Bargains or a Quality Save. When the camping stuff was out last year, so not long before the summer, they had these ponchos out, and they had them in blue and they had them in black. I don't have the packet anymore, I probably won't be able to find a link to them, but they were good quality, and that's what I would recommend when you are buying a poncho. I would recommend buying one before you go, and buying one that's good quality. If it's really thin, it's going to stick to you. Not only will it stick to you before it rains because you're sticky from being sweaty, but it'll stick to you definitely once it has rained, and it just probably won't be that helpful. But yeah, the ones that we had, I'll insert a picture of one of us wearing it, was really helpful. It was long enough to go just like below our knees. It had a good hood with like a drawstring, and it was thick enough that it literally kept us dry, all of our clothing dry underneath, and our hair was in it. And I even wore the backpack underneath it because it was that big, and it had little press studs at the side underneath the armholes. It was very helpful. One thing I would note, Becky's just said to me that was £1.50 each from Home Bargains. Quite safe. I can imagine they probably bring them out yearly. I do actually need to replace mine because mine ripped, not because the quality was bad, because I actually physically ripped mine and just ruined it. Literally, that wasn't anything to do with the poncho, that was my own stupidity. Right, but I would recommend that 5 times this video has had to be stopped because either a memory card's been full, another memory card's decided to not work, my mum shouted at me for my tea, then my mum shouted at me to ask how much food the dogs had, and I'm just like, this video's not going to be finished. Oh, right. The poncho. Buy a good quality poncho, please. Just do it. I've been trying to talk about the ponchos for a while now. Becky's like wetting herself over there. Oh no, but seriously, we got ours from she was stop laughing at me now. It's 12 minutes, he's going to be up again in a minute. Right, no, but seriously, we got these emergency ones that we haven't used just as extras to keep in our bag from Walmart. They were $1 or 99 cents if you want to be specific. But before you go, get some good quality ones off Amazon or from the shops. We was originally going to get some off Amazon, but we got them from Home Bargains. Like I said before, £1.50, really good quality. They were in the camping section, so look out for the camping range to come out in Home Bargains, and that's probably where you'll find them. One thing I would note is what I was trying to say before. If you've just been caught in a storm and you are drenched, and you're about to leave and get a lift or an Uber or a minivan, they do not let you wear them in the taxi. And if you do wear them and you get wet, you get the seats wet from your poncho, they will charge your account. So remember that. Just something to remember. I know it's not really specific to your park bag, but just remember that. Also, another reason to get a good quality poncho is so that it doesn't stick to you. The humidity just before an Orlando storm goes so sky high, it's ridiculous. You always know when there's about to be a major rainstorm because it starts to go really grey and it goes so unbelievably sticky, the air, that you feel like you can't breathe. It only lasts for about 10 minutes, but that's when you know it's about to absolutely thrash it down. So just remember that. Probably time that you'll start to pull out your emergency poncho. Right, poncho is gone. Let's do a few obvious things. Don't forget your purse with your money in it. I actually take a smaller purse, so I actually bought this purse specifically for going on holiday with. If you're someone like me who usually has a bigger purse, buy a smaller one so it saves space in your bag. That's really obvious, don't need to say much more on that. Next thing, bring with you some toiletry essentials like deodorant. Now, again, I would not take a bottle this big in my park bag with me. I would have a travel size one, usually. I don't currently have one and I wasn't going to make a trip out to buy one just for this video, but yeah, take a travel size can of deodorant, roll on or spray, whatever your preference, and you'll probably use it quite a lot. I feel like opening this blind, I feel like we need a bit of light now. It was too bright before. Now it's gone dark because it's taken me this long. Ta-da! That's a bit better, isn't it? Another toiletry essential is sun cream. So we take lots of different factors with us. We just pulled this one out. This is factor 30. I don't have a clue how you pronounce this one. Puisbouyen? I don't know. The reason I include this one, we do use Nivea, the classic Nivea as well. That's my personal favourite sun cream. But we bought this one off a lot of recommendations for if you are someone with eczema or just sensitive skin. This is an allergy one, and it's just supposed to be, it has chamomile, is that how you say it, in it, and it basically is just good for sensitive skin. Yeah, Becky really liked it because she has eczema and lots of skin problems, and she thought it was good. So yeah, that's what it looks like if you're interested in it. Here you go. Yeah, so pack that with you for obvious reasons. You don't want to get burnt. Now, another toiletry essential, which is not something that you'll get in the UK, it's something that you can only get in the States. So if you're somebody who struggles with what we all like to call chub rub or chafing, you know, you're walking around all day long in summer clothes, you know, short shorts, potentially skirts, whatever, and you're hot and sweaty and it's all hot, you're gonna get chafed legs. A lot of people do. Even people though that don't have like bigger thighs get chafed legs. It's a big problem for a lot of people. So in the UK in the summer months, the Asda liquid talc is like gold dust. Now we personally have never tried it, only because we can never bloody get it. Every time we have been to Asda, it is sold out. We have tried, I'm not even joking, probably more than 10 times, and the staff in Asda got to the point where we just start walking on the aisle and they're like, we've still not got it. They knew that that's what we were looking for. So if you're like us and you can't find the Asda liquid talc, which I've heard is supposed to be amazing for chafing, which I would recommend if you have got it, putting that in your part bag. But if you're like us, you go, don't make the mistake that we did and just think, oh, it'll be fine. Get 5 days in and your legs are bleeding, they have chafed that bad. Honestly, that happens. So not only do you need to consider what shorts you're wearing to help that out before it can even happen, but if you do need to buy a product and have it in your bag every day, we recommend the Gold Bond Friction Defense. So we bought this from, I'll just show you it a bit closer up. This is what it looks like. So we bought this from Walgreens whilst we was there, and I cannot remember for the life of me how much it was, but I will put it on screen for you because I'll find out for you. I don't remember it being too expensive though. I feel like it was less than $10. You know, like, yeah, I'm not quite.
About 6 or 7.
Yeah, maybe about 6 or 7. You'll be able to see it, it'll be on screen somewhere. But it's like this, it looks like a bar of soap. It has this like thing at the bottom to like push it up. Is it going to come up for me? Slowly. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. This like white, literally looks like a bar of soap. And yeah, you just kind of like put it on the affected area, and it says non-greasy. It's non-greasy. It's not irritating. It doesn't feel like, you know, when you put moisturiser on, it feels all sticky. But it honestly, it works amazing. If you I've had a really bad day, and before you get in bed that night, put it on your legs. It will probably have pretty much cleared it by the morning. It did for us, but we do recommend putting it in your part bag. We took it out, and Becky in particular used it quite a lot. If you can feel throughout the day that your legs are starting to get a bit sore, put some on, and it really does help. But I do recommend make sure you wear the right shorts. You know, if the like crotch area hangs too low in between your legs so that your legs, the bare skin can still touch, it's not good. You need to make sure you've got shorts that the material pretty much covers the tops of your legs, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, if you do need something, buy this from Walgreens. If you can't get the liquid talc from Asda, or get the liquid talc, and make sure you pack that in your bag. This is an essential for us now in our park bag. It will be in there every time we go to a park. So we thought we'd share that with you. Another thing that you might not know of, especially if you are not from the States, you are from the UK. Obviously I said take your purse with your money and blah blah blah. But another thing to consider is your ID. So in the UK, if you want to go and buy an alcoholic drink, you know, you're over the age of 18, all you need if you're going to get ID'd is your driving licence, or, well, that's upside down, is your driving licence or your provisional driving licence, or, yeah, that's what people tend to use. Obviously you can use your passport, people don't tend to at home. However, at Disney, so obviously the drinking age restriction in the UK is 18, in America it's 21. And obviously they're very hot on making sure that you don't get served if you're underage. So in Disney, you can't just show them your driving licence that you would use at home, that you would have in your purse. They won't accept it, you will not get served. They like to see your driving licence and your passport. Now, that being said, if you are like us and a lot of other people, you will worry that you might possibly lose your passport. You don't have to carry it with you. So I've put it in the bag. We don't actually pack it. But what you can do is take a picture of your passport on your phone. I'll literally show you the picture that we have. Pictures of our passport. Yeah. And basically, if you show them a picture that you've taken of the picture page of your passport with your driving licence, then you should be fine for being served. But I just thought I'd throw in into the part bag video your passport as well. If you don't want to take a picture and you're quite happy to carry your passport around with you, then you need your passport and your driving licence or provisional driving licence to get served alcohol. Also, Becky's just made a very good point. You might want to pack your passport in your park bag for your very first Disney park stay if you haven't yet collected your park tickets. So say if you have bought, like I said in the Fast Pass video, say if you bought your park tickets from your travel agents who's bought them through an agent separately, and you don't physically get handed those tickets before you leave, and they're not going to be at your hotel when you arrive, blah blah blah, you will need your passport at the entrance gates to whichever said Disney park you're going to on day one, and they will only accept your passport as ID. They will not accept your driving licence, so remember that. So yeah, don't forget your passport if it's a day that you think you're going to need it, basically. Whether it's to pick up your tickets or whether it's for being served alcohol. Don't forget though, you've got to be over 21 if you want to drink. Sorry. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention before, along with the vlogging stuff with the camera and the spare batteries and all that malarkey, another thing I take with me is my GoPro. So I don't pack this in my park bag every day. I only pack it if I'm going to places like Magic Kingdom, where I know there's Splash Mountain, or Animal Kingdom with the rapids, or Universal Studios where there's obviously Ripsaw Falls or Popeyes with rapids. And you know you're going to get wet, you might not want to use your vlogging camera or your phone to record that, use a GoPro. Also, obviously, GoPros are brilliant for using at water parks. Like, it's just so much fun being able to watch yourself back on an actual water slide. So yeah, if you've got a GoPro, there is dupes out there of GoPros on the internet. My brother has actually got I think it's called the G-Mac waterproof camera. It looks identical to the GoPro apart from it's all black. It has the waterproof housing like the GoPro does, and it's pretty good quality, and it only cost £30. So yeah, pack your GoPro or whatever waterproof camera that you have if you think you might need it that day. Portable phone chargers. So let's talk about portable phone chargers. So we personally pack one every single day. Obviously you're going to be using your phone a lot. You're going to be on My Disney Experience checking the wait times, checking for fast passes. You're going to be, you know, using it for booking Ubers and Lyfts, and you're going to be on your phone a lot. You're going to be taking pictures, you're going to be taking videos, you're going to be on Snapchat, and your battery is not going to last all day. So it's an essential to pack one of these portable chargers. You do not want to be in a situation where your phone dies halfway through the day and no one else has a phone. Well, this is probably not going to happen, obviously, but say if you're on your own, your phone dies, and your only way of getting back is by ordering an Uber or a Lyft. How are you going to do that without a phone? So yeah, pack in your park bag a portable phone charger. Now, that being said, if you don't have one, a cool thing that Disney do have is, obviously, with your own portable charger, once your phone's died and then you use this, depending on what portable charger you've got, you might only get one extra charge out of your portable charger. Disney do offer a portable charger called a fuel rod. Now, if you've not heard of it, it is a company that obviously make portable chargers over in the States. And they have a partnership with Disney World. So I don't know if they have it in California as well, but they definitely do in Disney World. So there's these machines all around the Disney parks, all around Magic Kingdom and Epcot and stuff. And basically it looks like it's like a small little, kind of reminds me of, you know, the yellow tanks that they get the screams in Monsters Inc. It's like a miniature version of one of them, but it's not yellow, it's white. But it just kind of, the shapes reminds me of it. Yeah, so they're quite expensive. They're $30. However, there's a benefit to them. Say if you're on your first day, you go and buy a fuel rod, you go to any of the machines, you put in your $30 or you scan, you know, your credit card or whatever, and it'll give you a fuel rod and it'll have a full battery charge on it for an iPhone. You will need to obviously have your own cable for whatever phone you've got, whether that be an iPhone or an Android or whatever. But it'll pop out the little fuel rod and it'll charge up your phone. And then you can go back once it's dead to any of the machines in any park, doesn't matter which machine you got it from, go back to any of the fuel rod machines. And they don't just have them at the parks, they think they have them around Disney Springs as well. They might even have them at the resorts, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I think they do have them at the resorts. And you basically just click that you want to swap your fuel rod out, you put it in and it pops out another one completely for free, unlimited. So basically you invest in a $30 fuel rod, but you never have to charge it up because you just go and put it in the machine and they give you another one for free, unlimited, for however long you want. So again, if you're someone who is going to go to Disney World again and again and again, year after year as well, it's not just going to be unlimited for that one holiday. You take it back again on your next holiday, take it to the machine and it'll give you another one. Obviously you can charge it up as well, like how you would any other portable charger, but instead of you having to try and find a way to charge that up whilst you're at the park, you can just do that. So you never ever ever have to worry about your phone going dead, or even, you know, your camera battery. If all your batteries in one dead, you'd be able to charge it your camera as well. So yes, that's worth noting. Pack your portable charger or your fuel rod, whichever you're going with. Right, I think I'm on my last few things. So I'm about to pull out a really random thing and you're probably going to be like, what the hell? Oh, actually no, I've just forgot. I have a few items in the front pocket. Let me just quickly whiz through these for you. So, a packet of tissues. Always handy to have. These are literally called handy Andys. It's always handy to have a small packet of tissues because you just never know when you might need a tissue. You know, when you're eating or whatever. Tissues, pack some tissues. Packet of plasters, you know, just in case you fall over or you cut your finger or whatever, you never know. So pack some plasters. There is, at all of the Disney parks, and I think at Disney Springs as well, there is first aid locations. Obviously, if you did cut yourself, you could go and get a plaster, but just for ease, we do carry plasters. You don't have to carry the box, you could just take a couple out each day and put them in your bag. Painkillers, just in case you get a headache or whatever. It's very easy in the heat to get a headache. We also carry allergy tablets. Becky suffers with hay fever, but to be fair, not many people tend to get hay fever over there, I don't think, if you have it over here. But these are good for if you get bitten. There's lots of midges in Animal Kingdom. There is lots of midges around the lake at the World Showcase and Epcot. So if you get bitten, it's a good like tip to take an allergy tablet. It should make sure it doesn't get infected, basically. Lip balm, we've just got a Nivea lip balm. Handy again. Keep your lips nice and moist. They will get chapped quite easily because you're out and about all day long. So just carry the lip balm. Last but not least, in the front pocket, we have wet wipes. Really handy to have wet wipes. I don't know how many times I said to Becky, I'll get the wet wipes out just to wipe our hands after eating one of the snacks or something, you know, like the cinnamon bun from Gaston's Tavern, that icing gets everywhere. Or you're having a Dole Whip or something. Wet wipes are just handy, and they're also just handy just to freshen up your face when you're hot, so don't forget them. Now I'm moving on to the last random thing. So I have a carrier bag in here. So really weird, but we took a carrier bag out with us every single day, and most days we tended to use it. So if you've been caught up in a storm and you've had your poncho on, and your poncho is now absolutely dripping wet, but now all of a sudden the sun's come back out and it's absolutely boiling, you're going to take your poncho off. However, you don't want to just shove it into your backpack as it is, because it's absolutely dripping. You also don't want to carry it. Put it in a carrier bag, tie the carrier bag up, and then it's only getting wet inside the carrier bag. It's not wetting anything else inside your bag. So that's one tip, and that's one way that we used it a lot. Also, if you go on a water ride and you get wet and you want to take those wet clothes off, put them in a carrier bag. Again, you're not getting anything else that's in your bag wet. So carrier bag, just an empty carrier bag, is handy to carry around with you in your bag. It's probably not something that you'll think about, but honestly, we did it after a couple of days. We thought about it and took it out with us every day, and we didn't use it every day, but most of the time we did. More than likely for putting wet ponchos in, when you need to take it off quickly and just shove it in your bag and you don't want to wet other things. So especially if you've got cameras and phones in there, you don't want to get them wet with the poncho water. Yeah, so the last two things in the bag is spare pair of shorts, and I would say a spare pair of underwear, knickers, boxers, whatever you are, whatever you wear. Yeah, if you're going to go on a water ride, a couple of times it's happened to us. You know, if you're going to go on a water ride in Orlando, you probably will dry quite quickly, but you might go on a water ride, get off, and then a storm happen, and then you don't get dry for a long time, and you might find it very irritating. Some people don't mind staying wet. I personally don't really mind. Other people will get really annoyed. Becky's one of those people that will get annoyed after about an hour. She's like, I just want to be dry now. So yeah, we recommend taking spare change of underwear, and also maybe spare shorts. Your top will probably dry quick, but take spare shorts out with you. You know, ones that can fold down quite small in your bag, so they're not going to take up much space. Do that. And also, we personally didn't have to do this because we wore sandals every day anyway. But if you're someone who's going to be wearing trainers, Converse, you know, proper shoes with socks around the parks all day, if you are going to go on a water ride, if your feet get wet, in particular, I'm meaning if you're going to go on things like the Rapids at Animal Kingdom and Popeye's Rapids at Universal, your feet will get wet, as well as the rest of your body. If you've got trainers and socks on, soggy feet, I can imagine, will be very annoying. So pack flip-flops in your bag, purely just for those particular reasons. Obviously, you're going to know in that morning whether you're going to be going on something where you might need to swap shoes over for that ride. So obviously I don't mean every day, but yeah, if you think you're going to potentially be getting your feet wet that day, take some flip-flops out with you if you're going to be wearing trainers all day. So yeah. Oh, right, okay, so I think that's it for what is in our park bag. There is one more thing that we did pack every single day in our Disney parks bag, not just Disney, Universal park bag as well, but we can't find them. We don't have a clue what we've done with them. But basically we bought, I will put a picture or a clip of us wearing them here on screen. We bought these lanyards for your phone. We bought them in Walmart, I think they were $5, but I can't remember. I think they're around $5 each. And basically it was like a clear plastic pouch that when you're going to go on a water ride, not just water rides, you can even just like wear them throughout the day around your neck if you don't have pockets, because a lot of summer clothes don't have pockets. You put your phone in the plastic pouch, and then they have like this locking mechanism so that it's completely waterproof. So if you're going to go on a water ride, you can put it around your neck, your phone, and you can guarantee your phone is not going to get wet. So if your phone is one that is not waterproof, it's going to be safe in there, but you can still use it. You can still use the touchscreen through the clear pouch. So I filmed a few clips. I think I'll insert it now. I filmed a clip on the water rapids at Animal Kingdom whilst it was in this pouch around my neck. You can still use it, and it doesn't affect the camera quality either. So we packed them every day. They're really, really handy. You'll probably be able to get them on Amazon again before you go, so that might be something that you want to do. If I find one, I'll leave a link down below. So yeah, lanyards to put your phone in, especially if most of your outfits don't have pockets. It's really annoying going in and out your bag to get your phone out, and you don't really want to keep it in your hand either, so that's handy. So yeah, that is everything that we take out to the parks with us in our park bag every single day of the holiday. There is 2 more things that we haven't packed before, and they are things to consider. First one is an umbrella. So we had this discussion before, and we both decided that the 2 of us probably never would pack an umbrella to the parks, purely because our ponchos are such good quality that we were quite happy with that, and not once did I feel like I needed to use an umbrella. However, some people do use them and would probably prefer them, so it's just something to consider. Would you rather get a good quality poncho or just get a cheap poncho and use an umbrella? It's up to you, personal preference. We personally didn't, if you've got a good poncho, we didn't ever once think about wanting to use an umbrella. I just feel like that would just take up a lot of room in the bag and a bit unnecessary, but something to consider. And then one thing that we haven't got, but I will definitely be buying for future trips, is reusable straws. So obviously Walt Disney World banned plastic straws, I think it was last year or the year, or 2018 I think it was. So all straws around all the Disney parks are now paper. Before we went, we both said, well, we're not going to get any reusable straws because it's not really an issue. Neither of us mind drinking out of paper straws. We don't mind at all. It's not an issue to us, so we didn't mind using paper straws. However, there is a few drinks that you can get around the Disney parks which have candied straws, which just do not work. They just don't work for slushies. Even just using a paper straw that isn't candied as well for slushies, they just don't work. They get so soggy because you have to suck more, don't you, than drinking a normal drink, and it just very quickly gets soggy. Then it gets very frustrating. And yeah, every time we had any sort of slush, it was really irritating using paper straws. So a lot of people recommend using reusable straws, so that is something that we will be getting in the future, and it's something I would recommend getting because it was really annoying. It would just have been so much easier if we just had a plastic or a metal straw for slushies, and there is a lot of slushies, and you probably will want to be buying slushies because it's so hot. Yeah, I know you can get metal ones, and I know you can get silicone ones and stuff on Amazon. I don't know which ones are the best, but I will put some links below because we're going to be looking for some ourselves. So I think that is everything. I don't think we've missed anything out, but if we have, tough luck. You're not going to know. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really do hope that this video was helpful, and if it was, do let us know. And if there's anything that you have been thinking whilst you've been watching this video, well, they've not included this, and that's really helpful, and we did that every day, put it in the comments down below, have a little discussion, share more ideas with each other. It's always nice to get everyone else's ideas and thoughts and opinions on things. So yeah, so anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button if you want to do some more Florida planning with us and you want to watch our Walt Disney World vlog series. I'll maybe link that down below as well. Yeah, and we'll see you next time. Bye!